Yeah, good morning, children. Welcome back. So, as we are discussing about the one, as you know that national liberation movements in the colonies. Now, what's the next topic we are talking about? Vietnam against two colonizers. Colonizers, in the sense, one who come and to make themselves to settle, to make themselves to involve over here, as you know that India was ruled by British for 200 years. So like in the same manner, what we call them, they are the colonizer who ruled our country successfully for 200 years. In the same manner, here, Vietnam against two colonizers, who are they? What we call them as France and Japan. The people in France, what we call French, the people of Japan, Japanese. So how these things they made here, just same like we can make comparison how India was there under the British rule, in what manner they ruled and governed, what things have happened as we know about our own country. But here only the thing in this we are finding only the names are different. Maximum it follows the same story related to the one. So here the Vietnamese emperors who ruled, they became a puppets in the hands of French colonists and they started ruling. So ultimately, how the colonization, how the development was began, that is what we are going to know about the one, what we call that as Vietnam against two colonizers. Here, exports, landlordism and peasants. Exports means like whatever we are making production to send from our country to other country, export. And whatever we are getting from other country to our country is known as imports. So it's nothing but a trade contact between the nations. That is what we call exports. Landlordism means most of the lands which are only under the control of landlords. And that land actually belongs to peasants, but forcibly or directly or indirectly how they have been brought under their control. That is what we call landlordism. And the peasants, a small farmers. So here in this connectivity, what are the things they planned here? Threefold strategy. The French has designed a threefold strategy to make the development. What are the developments they planned here? Means the first important strategy is related to irrigation. Irrigation is nothing but artificial supply of water, irrigation through wells, canals and tanks. So here, wherever the water which is not available, in that region they made water to find. So that is in one what we call Mekong Delta. So that is the first strategy what they have been made. And second, what we are going to know about the one what we call elimination, means Vietnam is planned to eliminate this landlordism, but landlordism is only their main target of the French. Means to make more lands under the control of landlords. That is second strategy. And at the same time, here agriculture, which became very prominent and important, they started making like marketing. Like what are the things which are important in the market, in what manner they can get whatever they need and require. So in this marketing especially, they are able to produce the both what we call rice and rubber. So all these are only the things how they have been made. So such type of importance what it related to one what we call French. And here with making of all these threefold strategy, what are the things the production has enhanced? Almost all around 2/3 of the production which they are able to produce only in the France, and by that in the year 1931 Vietnam has become a third largest producer of rice in the world. So such type of development which was started, and parallelly transport network like roadways, railways, and there in these especially how to make the waterways the cheapest mode of transportation. They made the goods to transport from one place to another place. For that reason, for that cause, they started developing transport network, and even they built a rail network between China and Vietnam, where they can easily transfer the goods from one place to another place. So such type of importance and priority where they have been given to encourage such type of markets and to supply the goods very easily without any distraction, without any no gap. Immediately the goods should be exported. So that is what they have been planned here. And here, in this manner, what happened? The land which is there under the control of landlords, with which what are the situation which happen over here in various regions, especially in Annam, in the year 1938, landless people, the 53% of the families become landless, and in Tonkin coach in China, 58% and 79% without lands. So what I mean to say, especially about these three related, is only the one how they lost their lands, no cultivation, no agricultural field, no way the lands they have completely under the control of landlords, how the peasants are suffering. That what it makes percentage in which what we can show the graph clearly. 53% families are landless in Tonkin coach in China, 58% and 79% without the land. So this is the situation. So this is the situation which is existing. Then what will be the next? How they can make better? So here the one, what was the next? We are talking about the one called the civilizing mission. Now, what was the ideology of the French here means? French ideology is only that education is only the one which can make themselves very easy to make their communication. So what was the next task here means? Civilizing mission. Then what they decided means, here, there in this Vietnam, the natives, whoever they are there, keeping them in view, the people who settled, like what we call them as French colonies, means in that area or in the region where the French people who are educated, they are living in that region to supervise such type of all requirements related to Vietnamese. So meanwhile, what was the next task here? They understood clearly means education is compulsory. So due to that, what they started doing means they planned, they trained for primary classes to teach in Vietnamese language, and higher classes they started teaching in French language. So the colons, whoever they are there, teachers, police, doctors, or any other professional, they themselves are only white collar job people who are there. And there and then, when the education was introduced over there in this Vietnamese, I mean the natives, they understood that. What was the understanding means? As they opposed it, this is not the way to make the people to follow such type of French, and people slowly they try to learn Vietnamese language. So when one more fear is also there for the France or the French people. What is that fear means? If the people are educated, they may question us. We are the outsider. We have to live in Vietnam. But even though here there is no any other alternate source. So due to that, they decided to have only the one education is compulsory. By that, it will be very convenient and easy to make all marketing and trade whatever they want to make. So there and then, with this civilization, Vietnam is understood very clearly. What is that they understood means? Education is only the one which can change everything. So these are the people, these are the outside colonizers, like the French people have to live Vietnamese. That was the development which was seen over there in the progress. That is what we call the civilizing mission. So that is the development what we can make very clear how the things are making to understand to eliminate such type of French people. So that is what it turns to the one called emergency of Vietnamese nationalism. Nationalism is nothing but uniting the nations together. How these Vietnamese have to get their own independence, how these colonial masters have to live. So in this regard, what happened here, the nationalism became very strong. They started the party what we called Young Annam. So in which uniting all the people, students, to make and to understand what was the importance of nationalistic feeling, how they have to be inculcated. So all these are the things in which they started making to learn and understand. And they were also inspired from various stories related to the previous topic what we discussed about China. Sun Yat-sen, how he was turned to communist, in what manner they made favoritism. So like here the Ho Chi Minh in the year 1930, what he started introducing a party like in different languages which they have been mentioned over there. In Vietnamese language, like Vietnam is dog man, independence, nothing but he is the one who started the party called Indo-Chinese Communist Party. So with which Ho Chi Minh, he tried to fight against of Japanese and he want to make Vietnamese to get nationalistic feeling. So at that situation, 1930, Great Depression, as we know that the prices are high, poverty is existing, unemployment, people are in a great trouble of this situation. So with all such type of struggles, here the Ho Chi Minh, he completely learned about different countries, knowledge to know and understand how the other nations are supporting for the nation, communist ideas from Sun Yat-sen. So all these are the inspiring, like Chiang Kai-shek. So all these are the inspiring with which what he tried to do means one or the other way, it should be under the control of that. And he recaptured over there the Hanoi on September 1945. So with which Vietnamese got the chairman who was leading, what is his name called? Ho Chi Minh. He is only the one who became over there. And what happened immediately after when he got as a chairmanship results, as he tried to introduce Democratic Republic, and not only that, he reduced 25% of land rent and landless people to get the land. So all such type of importance which was there. And in those days, like the people, whoever they are working, like they have to work in the fields, and at the same time the people have to work in their houses of the colonial masters. So all these things have been eliminated. People are free from such type of clutches of French colonizers, and the people were happy. This all credit goes to only the one Ho Chi Minh. He is the one who recaptured and made the things September 1945 there at Hanoi. So that was the end of what we see. And what are the results as just now what we are seeing. And here one more, how the US, what is the reason to enter US in Vietnam is, what was the requirement, why it was interfere here means, as First World War, Second World War, when we notice that, as we have already got witnessed, the two superpower nation, one is America, the other one is Russia. So what is their intention means, no one should turn their attitude towards communist. So with that fear, they have tried to involve over there in this Vietnamese, and what they are thinking means, Vietnam is a small nation, easily we can defeat. What they have been underestimated for this Vietnamese, but because of their strength and struggle, they have succeeded in defeating to that. That was a great success. And here what they have been made here, like Agent Orange, Napalm Bomb, B-52. So all these are only the things in which they started making, as they have the nuclear weapons, they are having the power. So with air attacks also, they want to destroy everything with such type of dangerous and deadly weapons which they have been utilized. So that were the things which we have noticed here. But what was a success over here means, the unity of the Vietnamese has helped to eliminate, to remove the power of USA, and with this they were successful. And at last National Liberation Front, NLF, there in which a palace of Saigon, that is on 30th April 1975, they got the power back and they got their own independence. And that all what they have been fight. That is the next what it says about independence for Vietnamese. And there and then what was the next? It was happened, like they decided, we don't want to see these French people to be ruled. The previous whoever they are ruled, like what we call them as like old kings, So that he have to be back. Whether whatever the rule it is, instead of these colonizer masters, that should be replaced, and they have to be introduced only the back rule. And there and then this Vietnam was split into two, like North Vietnam, South Vietnam. So all these are the things with which what was the conclusion we got over here, friends, as they got that is on 30th April 1975 a Palace of Saigon, and that what the two parts have made clear clarity with which the Vietnamese which has been united as one, and they got their own independence. Now people were happy. That what I made you to understand in a simple manner, what I made cut short to understand the importance of this Vietnamese. Actually this topic was eliminated at the present scenario, but let you know to have some information what I have planned about this. Okay, after Vietnam, let me know about the next what we call Nigeria forming unity against the colonizers. So in this, what are the two? As you know that Africa and as well as Nigeria. Africa is regarded as a dark continent. Most of the people in Africans, what we call them as slaves. Slavery was started only there in Africa. So children, if you know about this Niger River, the Britishers are only the one who introduced about making of the things to follow, to have the importance, what the resources which are plenty available over there. Even the Africans, they doesn't know. Europeans made the limelight, like Stanley, Christopher Columbus, like various people who started discovering such type of mines related to Africa. So all these are only the things which they have been made. So here the three groups of the people, as what we are finding, call this as Hozo Fulani people, Igbo tribes, Yoruba. So if you see this, like towards the east and as well as southeast, we call them as Igbo or Igbo. And related to southwest, what we are finding, the one what we call Yoruba. So this is another group of the people where we are finding here Yoruba. And towards the north, Muslims, towards the south, Christians. So in these north part of the Congress, in which Northern People Congress, where they started from northern side, and towards the east side like National Council for Nigerian Cameroon, and towards the west side what we call Action Group. These are the parties where they started introducing. I repeat again, towards the west what we call Action Group, towards the east what we call National Council for Nigerian Cameroons. So this is what towards the east, and towards the north called Northern People Congress. These are the parties where they have been initiated or introduced. Here what is their intention? It's like only to uniting them, like the main roots of Pan-Africanism, irrespective of caste, creed and tribe, people to be united as one and to eliminate the colonizers. No colonizer should be ruler governed over here. With that intention, Nigerians, they are trying to unite as one, and they want to be free from clutches of these Britishers. So for that reason, these are the parties like Nigerian National Democratic Party (NNDP) in the year 1923, National Youth Movement Azikiwe. So all these are the movements for what meant to bring all the Nigerians under one common platform. That is the main intention with which these parties are coming forward. So how the people will be free from such type of clutches of Britishers, in what manner the Nigerians have to enjoy their fruitful resources which are absolutely related to Nigeria but not for the Britishers. But here, as the resources are related to Nigeria but enjoyed by the outsiders, nothing but what we call British. To eliminate them, these are the things what they have been made, such type of differences of the tribes. These all are only related to tribes like Igbo called Igbo, southeast, southwest like what we call Yoruba, and towards north Muslims, towards the south Christians. And these especially like Hozo Fulani people also, what we can say, the people who are making maximum related to what we call Muslim community over there in this. So all these are only how they are trying to make. The one important is that to eliminate such type of British and to unite them under common platform. That's what they have been formed, and at last these are the parties which are existing. Towards the east National Council for Nigerian Cameroon, and towards the north side, Northern People Congress, and towards the west, Action Group. So with all these are the things which they want to make Nigeria to be strong under one common platform. These are the parties which they have been fought for. That's what it says regarding the one what we call Nigeria. I'll let you make one conclusion. National liberation movement in the colonies, we are talking here especially related to one what we call Nigeria. So, Macaulay being a military who opposed to the British colonizers or British colonial, Nigerian youth movement NYM, Azikiwe, Nigerian nationalist leader. All these ideology, like as just what we have seen, towards the west, Action Group, towards the east, NCNC, National Council for Nigerian Cameroons, and conservative type towards the north, what we call People's Party. So, all these are only their main intention to unite Nigerian as one, and supporting to both like what we call Pan-Africanism and Pan-Nigerian. Irrespective of caste, creed, tribe, people to be united as one. For that, these two are the movements like Pan-Africanism and Pan-Nigerian to unite as one and to eliminate such type of colonizers, colonial masters. That was the main movement, which is nothing but what we call nationalist movement. How the things are appearing here, that is only the one what we call independence and weak democracy. Actually, to make you only one illustration I'll give you, you can understand better. Like in our residence or in our home, when we are ready to make a party, like when we are prepared biryani, Hyderabad biryani or any biryani, if you are prepared for yourself, and when you are ready to eat, if the neighbors are coming and eating, how you feel that? Actually, the food is prepared for yourself. If others or the neighbors are going to be eaten, means how can you digest that? Same thing was happened over here also. All the mineral resources like petroleum, natural oil, palm oil, all these are related to Nigeria, but occupied or taken away by the British or otherwise what we call colonial. So that how there was things are happened. That is what it says. Independence and weak democracy. Nationalism started in Nigeria and they got independence, that is on 1st October 1963. As I said for you, nationalism means uniting the nations together with oneness. So that what they have been made. But meanwhile, what was there in this Nigeria? Civil war. Civil war in the sense nothing but war within the country. War if you are participating with other nation, that is generally what we call war. But within the nation. So there in the same nation, like two groups where they are having separatism, that is what we call civil war. War within the region is called civil war. A war is nothing but when we fight with other nation. Indo-Pak war means that is a war. A civil war means Indians, the same like North Indians, South Indians, if they are fighting for one or the other reason, that is what we call civil war. To make you to understand what I made here clear. So, what they are trying to make here means to eliminate such type of military rule. But military rule was existing. So after a long struggle, this military dictatorship has turned towards the democratic Nigerian. That was a success in the year 1999. Up to now, what are the things which we found or we have seen means only dictatorship, military rule, one-man army, like Hitler and Benito Mussolini, Nazism, fascism, just like dictatorship was followed over here in the same in Nigeria, but in the year 1999, then it turns to democratic Nigerian. That is what it says about the Nigeria. There and then they got the independence in the year 1st October 1963, and this was turned from military rule or dictatorship towards democratic, that is in the year 1999. This is independence, 1st October 1963, and in 1999 from dictator it turns to democratic Nigeria. That was the end. And at last, oil, environment and politics. Here most of the companies, like in the name of trade, as you know that Vasco da Gama, who discovered sea route to India. Most of the Europeans, they enter in our country only in the name of trade. So after that they got political power, they started ruling, they govern, as we know all these things. But what was the thing here, especially a delta called Niger Delta in the year 1950s, there in which they are finding a lot of mineral resources. So the things which they are going to be obtained through nature, all the companies which they started making their entry, like Dutch Shell Company, like various nations, they are coming over here to make such type of colonizing or to extract such type of mineral resources, in which what are the things, what happened, what was the loss? A great loss for the Nigerian, especially 5 to 10% of mangrove forest, the ecosystem has been spoiled. Everywhere, what was the situation? Means deforestation. Not only that, decline of local fishes, like aquafresh, like what, nothing but what we call the water in which the fishes or the seafood what we get. So that was contaminated, and with that what happened? Local fishes became very meager, very less, and ecological damage for many years. Ecological balancing in the sense nothing but what, to maintain the environment like in a proper balancing manner, but it became improper because of what? Contamination, like creating all pollution. So all these are the things with which they have been damaged this environment over here for many years. Then they lost their importance, like what they have to enjoy the fruitfulness of the own resources which they have to be enjoyed by the Nigerians, but instead of that the other companies they came and enjoyed such type of thing. And meanwhile what happened? Even drinking water, contaminated drinking water also became scarcity. So all these are the great and heavy losses. So in this connectivity, great humanist activities and as well as environmentalists. What is his name called? Ken Saro-Wiwa in the year 1990. So Ken Saro-Wiwa in the year 1990, what was his effort? What he was trying? The same, to eliminate such type of military, and the effort which he has been put only to come together as a nation of democratic system where it can control of its own material resources. All these resources should be enjoyed by the Nigerians. For that, a great environmentalist and as well as human activities who support for the nation, and he became a great in making or uniting for the people to have such type of liberalism from the clutches of colonial masters, especially British, and these are the fruitfulness of natural resources should be enjoyed only by the people. That was it, and this is about Nigerian. Thank you, have a great day.